You guys, that was just an intermission. We're back. Right,
Yay!
right, Michael? Sorry about that, ladies and
I was
gentlemen.
sweating there for a minute. I was
Well,
sweating there for a minute.
I I love it. So sorry to have done that. I will re-upload that gem of an episode back up to the YouTube, of course, for you all to see later. But this is just part 2. So we had to stop for unforeseen circumstances. So let me just say again to everybody,
We're doing a number 2.
that I did not get to. I do apologize. So just you just super chat them again.
There you go.
So
Well,
where
Chris
were
Thompson did put one that you weren't able to show, but Chris Thompson wrote, what about, when he was talking about conspiracies, he wrote, what about Anne Heche? He said he's never seen a dead body rip out of a body bag, as in the video of Anne Heche after her car accident. You guys don't know what that was?
Anne Heche, the actress.
Yes, Ellen's ex-wife or ex-girlfriend.
I know. Yeah, I know who she is.
Yeah, she got in a car crash, and they have video footage of the car on a couple of Ring cameras going by. Then the helicopters for the news went to the scene where her car crashed into a house. And then they declared her dead. They put her in a body bag. Then they're wheeling the body bag to the ambulance. Then she rips out of the body bag and she starts going like this. Then they shove her back into the body bag and they rush her into the ambulance.
Look, Diane LaRosa knows she sat straight up.
Correct.
So she wasn't dead?
They later said she wasn't, but then she died at the hospital with complications. But the
she
point
was already in a body bag?
She was already in a white body bag.
Holy shit.
Holy moly. That's not good. Like, it's like
that kind of has to do with the conspiracy with Ellen and the blood stuff and all that.
Possibly, yeah. That she knows a lot because she started to speak out and she made a documentary movie about PDF files. She made a documentary movie and the premiere was the next day. She was going to have the premiere of that movie that she was a part of the next day, and she died the day before. And they can control cars nowadays. They're like remote control cars. They have computer chips in it and everything.
Do you in LA have those cars, like self-driving cars, like you call an Uber, right? And then they drive themselves?
I've never seen one.
How can
I don't get out much.
You trust it though? Like, I know they have it in Austin, so you call like an Uber and then there's no driver. It just drives you to your destination.
Do they have it in New York? Do they have it in LA? I've never seen one. I don't know.
I've only heard that it's in Austin. And like, I understand that this is like a technology that honestly, is it a technology that we need? Don't a lot of people make money from driving Uber? Like, but yeah, I don't know how you trust it.
Like everything else in life, they're going to have automated things take over everything. I mean, it's already at the grocery stores. You don't.
You self checkout?
Yeah, you don't need cashiers anymore. That's just the tip of the iceberg. But I'm just saying, they're not going to.
Remember movies like Demolition Man, where like Sylvester Stallone and Sandra Bullock are in a self-driving car, and that movie was made in like 1995 or something like that. And you think about it, Hollywood actually tells everybody what's happening. Hollywood and the government and technology, they're all combined.
Right. So, you're right. And no one knows better than you. You born and raised in LA, basically. You're still there, you know? Right. I mean, you've seen it all. Yeah.
And Ellen DeGeneres, I have never been a fan of. I think there's something definitely wrong with her. And
her dancing is what's wrong.
What? What?
Michaelene, there's clips of Ellen right from her show. And there might be 3 different clips, but she's talking to one of them with Sandra Bullock, now that I think about it, where she talks about how she looks so young. Then Sandra Bullock says, yes, I just got my new treatment done. And then Ellen's, yeah. And then she goes, yeah, the blood from and then Ellen goes like this, like, shut up. Don't tell them the treatment that you got. And then Sandra Bullock starts to talk about it. She goes, yeah, it's from penises. And then Ellen's like this in the clip. Okay, let's stop, because they all know that they're getting blood and this and doing treatments and from like
we're pro, like, plastic surgery or treatments over here or whatever, but like not from other people. I've heard that you like take your own blood out and like spin it around and inject it into your face like the Kardashians do.
But he's talking about baby blood.
Oh my God, no! You can't be doing that.
Well,
Speaking of conspiracies, Chris Thompson, thank you for the $5. She bought a wig, hauled ass 80 miles per hour through a neighborhood like she was being chased. She crashed and was burning house for almost an hour.
Yeah, she bought a wig before her car crashed. There's video footage of her buying a wig, and she was buying like a brunette or something wig from a customer, and the customer recognized her. And he said that she seemed erratic and scared, and she needed to get out of town. So something happened before that to where she just automatically got in her car, went to buy a wig, and then
just got out of her car and went to buy a wig. Nobody just does that, especially if you're Anne Heche.
Correct.
Like, why? That makes no sense. That's very odd. Yeah.
Honestly, the truth is nothing would surprise me. Nothing would surprise me.
No, that's the thing that creeps me out about the stuff that we'll never know. We'll never truly know.
Right. Okay, so tell me what you think of Rosie O'Donnell.
Mike. Who is she?
Oh,
I get all the fat girls mixed up sometimes. Sorry, forgive me.
She's just despicable.
I get all the fat girls mixed up. Roseanne Barr, Rosie O'Donnell.
She just moved to Ireland, and they won't accept her or something. Okay.
Oh, she was the one that I think her and Donald Trump, they have like issues together, right? She was in the movie with Madonna, the baseball movie.
Yes.
With the girls.
The baseball movie with Madonna.
We are the All-American Girl Baseball Team.
Was that Rosie O'Donnell? I can't remember.
Yeah, she played Madonna's like best friend in that baseball movie with Madonna.
Okay. It's been a long time. I can't remember who's in that exactly.
A League of Our Own? Is that
A League of Their Own?
Is it Rosie O'Donnell? Right. See if it's Rosie O'Donnell.
Yeah, Rosie O'Donnell's in it.
Also, you know who's in that movie, Keanu?
What?
The girl who was drunk in New York.
What girl? Oh, you mean? Oh my God!
Just write Rosie O'Donnell and Madonna movie.
From Point Break. What the fuck?
Point Break. You're talking about
Petty. Lori Petty was in that movie.
Petty.
Oh yeah, Lori Petty was in the movie.
Yeah,
she played Dottie.
Lori Petty and.
Here's Rosie O'Donnell in a League of Their Own with Madonna. There you go. Yeah, there they are. Looking like stuff. Oh my God. I've never seen this movie, but anyway.
I saw it, but it's very vague. It's been a long time.
By the way, Marco with the Beast Poppy, thank you for becoming a member. I've never seen Point Break, Michael, but I'm named after that movie. Have you seen it?
Yeah, of course. They're about the surfers that get into, they're like cops, and they become like surfers or skateboarders, and they fly. Yeah.
So when they didn't know what to name me, they didn't know if I was going to be a boy.
You're named after Keanu Reeves?
Yes, because of Point Break.
Michaelene, I fucking love you.
I did. I named her after Keanu Reeves.
My favorite movie is The Matrix. I love it.
There you go. Right.
He's a great actor. I love him.
So they were like,
I met him on the set of Parenthood.
You did?
Oh, really?
I went on the set of
he was
Parenthood
so young then.
Yeah.
Everyone says he's just the nicest guy. People always tell me that. They're like, oh my God, you're named Keanu after Keanu Reeves. I saw him on the subway and he's very charitable and like, and I'm like, that has nothing to do with me, but thank you. So I always say like, so I have a weird superstition that if I watch Point Break, I'll die. So I haven't seen it, but I don't know what in my youth made me come up with that in my brain, but
No, you'll
so
probably just fall in love with the youthfulness and the bodies and all the hardcore manliness that's in that movie.
so
And
Lori
literally,
Petty,
we met Lori Petty in a really odd way in New York. Okay.
This is one of our weirder stories. So Lori Petty is of Point Break. Mom came up here with me to move me into my new apartment, and we were staying in a hotel. And the night before we moved into my first New York apartment, right? I was like thoroughly modern Millie. I studied all the pictures and magazines and books, right? So Mom and I are there. I go upstairs to change in the hotel. Mom goes down to the bar and waits on me. That day, we had gone out with my friend Sean.
Mom goes to the bar.
Yeah. Mom goes to the bar.
Michaelene went to the bar, right, at the hotel. And
it was a lobby bar, you know.
Yes.
Dad went out for cigarettes. Mom went to the bar.
Mom went to the bar. And
Dad wasn't with us.
but then, so earlier in that day, my friend Sean and Michaelene and I, we went to Brooklyn and we went to a thrift store, and I had bought this hat, right? Like this, kind of chic, cool, hat.
And she had this long kind of coat on.
And I had a long, trench coat on. I was very New York, very Carrie Bradshaw. But while I'm upstairs changing, a woman in a long skirt and coat and hat, Michaelene sees her fall down the steps.
Here's the bar. I see her come into the hotel. I don't know if I see the whole thing, but I see her go flying onto the floor. Okay.
Good.
And everybody got up and ran for her. And all I could think of was that Keanu?
She thought it was me because of the hat.
Because of the hat and so I get over there and I see this poor woman who looks ancient to me. I mean, it was odd, okay? And there was a broken glass and liquid and ice, and she's and all I could think of was they need to call an ambulance for this poor woman. I knew it wasn't Keanu by then.
But
so
meanwhile,
Keanu walked into it.
Right. Meanwhile, I walk down and I see my mother crouched over this person with a bunch of other people. And I went, what happened? And Michaelene looks at me. She went, I thought it was you. So then I just dive in to help. I put the woman's shoes back on. She's very drunk. I mean, to the point of
she's sitting down on this little lounge chair in this little area of the hotel lobby.
So I notice, I'm she's talking, she's like, take my picture. And I said, in my brain, I didn't say it out loud. I said, I think this is the lady from Orange is the New Black.
So, okay.
And I don't tell Michaelene that. So she's
no, you didn't tell me that. You didn't tell me that. So she goes, yeah, I fell down in my $3,000 skirt. And all I could think of was, who's got a $3,000 skirt? And who's got that voice? And I fucking went, oh my God, are you Lori Petty?
You knew the name right off the bat? That's crazy.
I have watched Point Break 50 times, 100 times. I'm telling you.
Are you sure you watched it?
I did. What do you mean?
Are you sure you watched it?
Because she fell down the stairs and you didn't realize, you thought it was me, but it was many years ago.
No, because it was over there. Okay.
Right.
Here's the bar. It was over there.
That was an adult joke, Michaelene, when I said, are you sure you watched it? For men, if we talk about a pretty actress, we're like, yeah, I'm in love with her. I watched her movie so many times. And I'm a growing teenage boy. Are you sure you watched it?
You know what? I was in love with Keanu Reeves by then. I definitely was.
And now I'm Keanu Thompson, and I am here.
Anyway.
I used to watch the Mexican Weather Girls, man, on the Mexican channel. They were so hot. They always had the big breasts.
What the hell?
I was like, you know what? I'm feeling a little naughty right now. Let me turn on the Mexican Weather Channel girls. Hola,
That
¿cómo
is
estás?
a-
Eso no es
I need a
solo
little-
sonido.
I need a little mental stimulation.
No, right. You heard it here. He finds pleasure in the Mexican Weather Channel,
Okay. And it's
Now we
girls,
know what
baby.
kind of girl to find for you. Can we do a dating game for you?
I was actually thinking about that. I was watching Flavor Flav's dating show recently again. What
The
is it called? The
Flavor of
Flavor
Love?
of Love. Yeah, I was watching some episodes again for shits and giggles, and I
Oh
was
my
like,
God.
man, what should I do a show for my channel on YouTube? Get girl participants, you know, that then I have a live stream with each one of the girls, and I ask them questions with 3 or 4 girls on a live
No,
stream.
Michael, you're the bachelor. I've done it for
That's
a
what I
friend
meant.
before. Yeah,
You'll be the host. It'll be
yes, I'll
hilarious.
host it for you, and I'll find eligible bachelorettes, and then you won't see them, and then we'll ask them questions, and then you pick one, and then they'll win your love. I love that. I love that you love Flavor of Love. When Pumpkin spit at New York, it's in the thread of Americana. It is that is one of the most bizarre and ridiculous reality television show moments. God,
I want Love Connection.
I never saw that.
I want Love Connection, the urban version.
Love Connection. I have not seen.
You got to watch it. We'll be back in 2 and 2, but they would ask questions where they have to know each other's partner. So they would, if you and Gino were on the show, they would be, Gino, what is Keanu's favorite movie or something like that? And then they would,
like
Gino would answer it. But I want the urban version of all the, like the people that live in the poor neighborhoods like me, but because they're already mad at life and they don't know their partner for crap. They're at work all day. They don't know nothing about their partner. But when I come home, I want food.
Right. Oh, see, so yes, the Newlywed Game, Carrie R says.
That's what it was. The Newlywed Game. I think
the
it was.
Newlywed Game.
Love Connection was the other game.
Bob Eubanks. He was the guy who was the master of ceremonies. Yeah.
Well, speaking of Gino, Michael, you happened to be in a film with Gino, my husband.
Yeah, I didn't get the pleasure of meeting him, unless I did at a bar called Dante's. Did you ever hear about that bar called Dante's?
No.
In New Jersey?
No, but I would have to ask him. He is he might be here in just 2 seconds. But I wanted to show the preview of this because you're both in it. It's called Community College, ladies and gentlemen. And so look how life happens. You guys are in this movie many years ago. It's from 2009. How old was I in 2009, Michaelene? I was in high school. You guys happened to meet, and look, now we're all cool in our heels here. So listen, look at this, Michaelene. And Eugene played an octopus in it. Here's the movie. We got to show it.
There are 1,157 community colleges in the U.S. They are inclusive institutions that welcome all who desire to learn at an affordable price. And while approximately 11.6 million students are learning, these four.
Oh, it's the rush. I overslept like an hour. I got like 3 tests today. I'll meet up with you guys later.
We're going to the bar. You want to go?
Yep.
Are getting drunk.
Yeah, I don't really go to classes too much. I don't understand.
What's your major?
Rebellion.
Oh, that's Jennifer Goodwin. Do you know her?
Eugene. Wait, he's here. We're playing the preview. He wants to say hi to you.
Hey, buddy.
What's up, brother? Did you just wake up from your slumber?
I did. I don't know why she woke me up, Mike.
Because he wanted to see you.
right.
I wanted you to say hello and just know, like, how fun.
Does Gino remember community college? Do you remember Tommy Avalone?
I do. Fucking what's the name of the thing? Rotten Apples or something?
No, it was called Community College, the movie.
Yeah, I remember the movie, but I'm saying like the production company.
Oh, yeah, I forgot. But it was made by an Avalone of the famous Mickey Avalon family.
Really?
Yeah. So
Tommy
you guys,
Avalone.
so that is why, look how small the world is. right?
It's tiny.
Anyway, look at this. So Eugene's coming right up in here, ladies and
I'm
gentlemen.
a handsome man.
I know. And then of course, bing, 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 bing. Take a look. It's gotta be a great film. It has to be. Look at these people. Look at them just drinking.
Michaelene recognized somebody from it.
They embark on an educational journey of a lifetime. And it's going to take more than a better than average bowling score to get them out of this jam.
Dude, did you just have sex with them two girls?
We call it sex, more so research.
That's Tommy Avalone.
Really? What'd you find out?
That they both have great tits and love the taste of my balls.
Nice.
A love story between four dudes and their ability to get free drinks.
Money, get him another shot on me.
Yeah, act like you pay for drinks around here.
I think you and Gino need to remake this where you're the main characters. Is what I think for sure.
Movie with
You know, you don't need to be the octopus. You'll be one of the main drinkers.
Yeah, something's wrong.
love,
I'm gonna suck your dick, man.
They
friendship,
were trying to do that.
What a
Kevin
great
Smith-
movie.
Kevin Smith-
pushing shots that it's sure to leave you with a barrel full of ha-has.
Sometimes I'll jerk off to Jacques Cousteau.
Woohoo!
That's called the reveal.
There he is. So how
Sassy octopus.
how this is not a drop on in hot water yet, I don't know, but I will be making it one. Look at him. Look
So,
at that handsome devil.
so I saw Jennifer Goodwin. Do you know her, Mike, in this movie? Do you know her?
I met a few people when I filmed, but unfortunately, I don't really remember too many of them. I
Okay,
never
want-
met Gino, but I do remember the octopus costume, and I was like, "Who is this dude?"
Okay, I want to ask you a couple other questions. Did you know like the Encino Man people like Polly Shore and the
I
guy
haven't
who
met
did the
them.
whale?
I have
what's
met
his
Pauly
name?
Shore.
Brendan
We
Fraser.
love Pauly Shore.
I
yeah.
have never met Brendan Fraser, unfortunately. Well, you know what? I saw him. He was coming out of a store one day in
Yeah.
Beverly Hills buying something, and I saw him walk, and I knew who it was, but I didn't say hi.
Yeah,
Michael,
yeah.
have you ever been
Incredible.
starstruck? Have you ever been starstruck at
I
all?
am right now.
I mean, because you're around the stars, it's amazing, right?
He's starstruck right now, Mom.
I was talking about
Oh.
Michaelene, not you,
Oh.
Keanu. Damn your ego. Just because you did OnlyFans and you made a lot of money, you now think that
I
everybody
know.
wants you, Keanu.
There you go. Exactly.
And okay, but before we go on with anything else, I just want to know your thoughts on Val Kilmer because I saw something on your X on your Twitter.
Dude, Val was fucking awesome. Val grew
Did
up
you
in
ever meet
Chatsworth.
him? Did you ever see him?
I've met Val Kilmer
Oh,
probably
my.
4 occasions
Oh
throughout
my
my
god!
life.
Oh my god!
Um,
And I know you asked for a quote from a movie that
Oh,
Val Kilmer was in. My favorite quote is, and I wrote it on there, but I don't know if you got it or if you saw it or if you
I
might
probably
see
looked
it.
at it, but
Yeah, but I'm not sure. I'm not on X that much, and I'm not quite. I mean, I see it, but I'm not quite sure of how to post on there. My favorite quote, which Val Kilmer said, was, "Where's your will to be weird?" And that was from
Real
that was from
Genius?
the Doors, and Jim Morrison didn't actually say that because I looked it up, but that was a line in the movie that that Oliver Stone made up.
yeah,
Where's
I
your
love
will?
Oliver Stone.
Where I love and used that before in my life, like on Facebook or talking to people. Like, where's your will to be weird? It's such
Where's
a great.
your will to be
It's a
weird?
good line, though. It's a really good line.
It is a
It-
great line. It's a great line. So, anyway,
Yeah, I mean, I would now that I wish back, I wish I was taking pictures of people that I met and all that growing up. And I wish
Yeah.
I had a camera on me. I wish I had a cell phone camera, like when I was growing up younger, because I would have had some amazing stuff. Because I was a
Yeah.
fanboy myself.
But
yeah,
you're too cool. That's why people like you. You're
And he
too
was,
cool to
and
do that.
my
yeah.
God, and Val Kilmer was in so many things that I didn't even realize until this week when he passed
he went to
away.
Chatsworth High School, and he would have some events. He did local theater out here too, at one of the playhouses, and a couple friends of mine were in plays with him, so I went to the performances. But also, it's a respect factor. If you're in the industry and you're actually in a location where they're not around fans, where I can be a fan because he's around fans as well.
Right.
But if we're in an industry party or an event, they don't want people to walk around with their cameras.
Of course.
Can we
to
take
take
a
pictures.
Yeah, right.
I would never even dream of doing that. But it's just amazing to know that you've known some of these wonderful people in Hollywood, and he was one of them. I mean,
that reminds me of Leo and Toby. Like, anytime I pulled out a camera with Leo and Toby in acting class and stuff, I got photos here somewhere around, but they're like hiding in every photo. They were taking control of their career from the minute before their career even started. Like,
they knew. Yeah.
They didn't want any photos of them around other actors or other people. They were always hiding. But I got videos of Leo when he went out of state to go film his movie. We baked him a cake for his birthday. We sent it to him one day for his birthday. I have videos like that. But
that's the coolest thing ever. Oh my God, that is so cool.
But
so if you called him up, say he was in your Rolodex, or if you still had his number or whatever, would he be like, "Yeah, hey, what up, Michael? Yeah, I remember you, of course." I'm sure he would.
Oh yeah, no, I mean, I've actually talked to him over
recently,
the last years too. And I made a GoFundMe about 5 years ago when I lost my house, and he sent me some money.
Oh my God!
These people, I have a lot of people that they don't make it known, but they're still like watching whatever videos, or every once in a while they say hello, and it's a blessing. But now I'm trying to make a podcast career or something, and I'm like, be on my show, be my ultimate guest. You will bring me so much celebrity again.
It can't hurt to ask. I mean, obviously, right. Leo, I don't think I've ever heard of the podcast. But
if they tell me, but that's just how it is. It's a respect thing. And people always ask me, why don't you post pictures or tag people?
Yeah.
Again, that looks like I'm clout chasing.
Right. You don't want to
look like I'm living off my past.
Because you're respectful, and you just have to respect the ties you have to those people, or whatever they have. They're just regular humans.
But I want to do it.
I know comedians. I know comedians. Like, I know comedians that will go to a show, not be on the show, sit there at the bar when the person comes out, and because they'll, can I take a picture with you? Take a picture with them, and then be like, look, I was with this other comedian, like a bigger, more famous comedian or something. And I am like, that doesn't make any sense to me to do. It's like, they don't know you. That's not like a genuine reaction. That's a weird thing, an odd thing to do, And because you're a good person, you're not going to be like, begging your famous friends to.
That's just using people.
Yeah, but I do think you obviously are a pillar of the LA community. I 100% think it's okay to ask people to come on your podcast that you knew from your past or whatever. That's not clout chasing. It's just
there's too much controversy nowadays online, and anything could be clipped or this or that or be taken out.
Yeah, but that has nothing to do with you. That has to do with their bullshit.
Yeah.
You have to be more. You have to be more. I hate to say thick-skinned, but that's what you have to be in order to survive this.
I've also lost a lot of friends because of, and I'm not trying to get into politics or the Democratic community, but again, if I call myself a proud conspiracy theorist because I love all this stuff and it
Mhm.
makes my brain feel good to think about all the different ways something could have happened.
It's like
They
watching
don't-
a horror film. It's somehow dopamine to the brain. That has nothing to do with politics. Yeah.
I know, but if they're associated with somebody that is a
Yeah.
proud conspiracy theorist, now they're going to be labeled as, oh, Fred Savage, Michael's friend, was on a conspiracy theorist podcast. Oh,
Ugh. Yeah.
you
Yeah.
get it?
Well,
So they don't want to do it. They're like, Mike, I don't like what you say about vaccines. I don't
Yeah,
like some of
I'm
the
going to be
posts you make.
blackballed in the community or in Hollywood, and I won't. You know what? It's a fine line, but you know what? You have to live your life, and you have to be even them. Live your life, your true, authentic self.
Yeah, but I lost a
Positive
lot of
news
friends because
is-
of that. I lost a lot of people that were
Yeah.
close. And I'm like,
positive news. The positive news is I do think that free speech is more on the upswing, and people are kind of pushing back against not being censored in a way. So this is your time. You're allowed to have your conspiracy theory podcast.
Yes,
You're fine.
everybody's
Yeah.
allowed to their own opinion. They're allowed to have their own opinions. We do not need to be stifled about anything. And
Right.
even in Hollywood or whatever, you know what? Tough shit about that. If you're a good person, you're going to find your way in whatever.
Hollywood is all sheep. It's all
They
about
are
how you
about-
look on the
They
outside.
are. You know what? Hollywood and people do not respect Hollywood, and we're the ones who are watching the fucking movies or going to the movies to pay their way. You know what?
During-
If they sorry.
Yeah, during the
everybody-
pandemic, because
Oh my God.
I'm not really technically a working actor, but I still had an agent and a manager, and I would take auditions whenever I could,
Mhm.
besides my health. But after the pandemic, let's call it what it is, when
Sure.
that happened,
love
I
that.
started getting auditions when Hollywood came back. And then I got booked on 2 jobs that I couldn't do because I wasn't willing to take the jab. I wasn't willing to take it.
Mm.
But I lost big jobs. I lost an opportunity in the TV show called Picard for Star Trek. I was actually
Right.
going to be in a Star Trek show, which is one of my favorites. And I lost that job because after I got hired and they saw the audition, they're like, well, you have to, prove you're vaccinated. And I'm like, I'm not
Holy
going to do
shit.
that.
Mike,
I'm so
that's
glad you are
crazy.
not.
Yeah.
And then I
I'm
was
not.
going to be in the movie with called Babylon, the Hollywood movie that came out.
I
That
love
movie,
that
Babylon.
movie. Yeah.
I was going to play like a seedy producer, like a producer with a beard and everything in that movie. And the director is a friend of mine. He befriended my father before he passed away. He made the drum movie Whiplash, and it's a whole nother
Love
story.
Whiplash.
Wow.
Talk
He
about
automatically
Miles.
gave me a part in Babylon, in that movie Babylon with Brad Pitt and all that. He gave me a role. And Toby was in that as well. So I was
So
going to reconnect
Babylon
with
was
Toby.
Brad Pitt and
Talking about
the English
Babel?
actress.
Yeah, the blonde actress. I forgot her
You
name.
know, the one from
Yes.
the one
Notes
from,
on a Scandal. Yeah.
Yes. What's her name?
Toby's in it too. Yeah, Toby Maguire's in that movie too, Babylon.
And
So I was
she's one of
going to
my
reconnect with all these people.
That's a great flipping movie, by the way.
Her name is. I talk about her all the time.
I know.
I can't think of it. I know.
Why
Why my name blanking?
her
She
name
played
is
Barbie. She played Barbie.
No. This is
No,
Kate
no.
Blanchett.
This is
Kate
it's
Blanchett.
Kate Blanchett.
Yeah.
No, I'm talking about the girl that played Barbie.
That is Margot Robbie.
Yeah,
Margot
that's
Robbie.
the movie with her and Brad Pitt. It's called Babylon.
Oh, got it. Okay, so we're talking about 2 different things.
Are
But
we
there's a
talking about
Babel.
Are we talking? Oh, Babel.
Babel with Brad Pitt is many years ago with Kate Blanchett. That's different.
I don't know Babylon then. I don't know what that
Yeah.
is.
That was the movie about Hollywood executives, and it was a lot of like seedy stuff that came out in that movie. But I knew Brad Pitt, I knew Toby, I knew the director of the film, and I also worked with Margot Robbie in an audition for a movie with Will Smith many years before that. But I couldn't do the job because I wouldn't get vaccinated.
And that's a shame. And I do think
you know what? You stood your ground, and I'm proud of you for standing your ground. Nobody stood their ground. Some people did. Gino did. I did. You did.
Yeah, I didn't. I was like, I feel like I can't do comedy if I don't. And listen,
I was
I don't even want to take.
when you went and got that.
I don't even want to take a Flintstone vitamin, let alone like go and get.
And oh my God, they
Yeah,
fucking came in a hazmat suit when you got.
So then, right, and I don't want to stick on this.
Yeah, Gino was all into this stuff. I watched a lot of his podcasts.
I'm sorry, maybe we shouldn't go there. But
yeah, we probably.
I'm so disgusted. You got that.
I got the vaccine, right? And because I'm like, listen, whatever to make this stop. I feel like I can't work. I feel like, but it was genuinely like, I did not want to do it, but I felt like I had
got pressured.
Yes,
to
right.
Either have their job or lose it.
But between the shots, right?
She got
I get COVID. I got COVID between the shots, and I did not feel good. I will say that I did not feel good. So then I go to the doctor, and the doctor like, I don't know, I'm not feeling very good. I just got the first shot, but I don't really feel good. And this was after that they did the swab. They tested me. The doctor came back in a hazmat suit, Mike, a hazmat suit. I'm like, what do I do? Like, to make me even feel like, I'm like, what's wrong? They're like, congratulations, you have COVID. I'm like, what do I do? Right. I said, why are you dressed like that? And what do I do? They're like, nothing. Just go home and stay there for 10 days.
New York is nuts. Like, okay? It's fucking nuts.
It was wild. It was no one knew how to act. No one knew what to do. It'll go down as one of the craziest times in American history for sure.
Did you ever watch that documentary that I think I sent it to you and I said, hey, have Gino watch it. It was called Fluvid.
Oh, I certainly will have him watch it. You sent
he
me.
Can't watch it. They took it off YouTube.
Oh.
See, this is why we don't want to get taken down.
Yeah, we don't need to go into it, but it was such a good, I know Gino would have loved it. Gino would have talked about it for 5 days about the truth and reality that they showed about it.
And look, you're fine, right? And so that's the thing. I'm apolitical. I take things one-on-one, but
that's not political. That's your
it's
health.
It's a bipartisan issue.
You know what? And the medical people fucked the fuck up on purpose. Okay.
Yeah. Well, it's a bipartisan issue. It's like it's just so not political. It's like, this is what happened in America. People reacted accordingly. It's like, you shouldn't, shame people one way or the other for how they reacted to it.
Yeah, I gotta wear a mask into the restaurant. Then when I sit down at the table, I have to wear the mask. But the minute they serve the food, how do I eat? Oh, but I'm allowed to take off my mask now and eat my steak. Oh,
what sense does that make?
Appreciate that. Now we're no longer in harm of anybody.
Fucking sense whatsoever.
No sense. And Michael, also Gino, again, I forgot to ask you, please come on in Hot Water soon. Would you promise us?
I don't know if you even had guests on that show. I don't really typically watch it all the time.
This week, I'm the booth gal. I'm going to send you the link if you're available around. He does it at 3 our time, but we could, I'm sure he would, make time for you because he asked me to ask you. So
yeah, I'm normally awake late at night, so I'm watching Keanu cast because it's on pretty late.
So yeah, there you go. I'm so glad we got so many scoops from you. I'm so excited. One other question I had. So Heavyweights was one of my like childhood favorite movies.
Never auditioned for it, never did it, but I had friends in it.
You had a friend Sean in it, and you were maybe kind of in talk.
Aaron was in it too, the main kid.
Oh, really?
Another friend of mine named Aaron. He was the blonde, fat kid, the one that went to the heavyweights camp or whatever it was.
Yes. And Sean, so you weren't up for Sean's role? No.
I don't remember it. If I did audition for it, I do not remember it.
So, but you guys were sort of up for different
a lot
roles,
of jobs versus
a lot of the same jobs.
Yeah.
And you stole a bunch from him as well, right?
Well, that's what he claims. But
that's what he claims, that you stole a bunch of his jobs too.
It became a rivalry. Unfortunately, like when you see the same actors and we all need money, we all need a job, and then then you don't get a job and you're that close. You're like at the third or fourth audition, you're with producers and directors, and then all of a sudden you watch the movie and you're like, oh, Michael got it. Oh, fuck.
I get it. Yeah. And then, or like you're at callbacks and there's like a bunch of people that look like you and you're like, oh, fuck, what's going on? Yeah.
It's a tough business, man. I kind of have an ego when I go to auditions that I know I'm going to get the part. So I don't talk to the other actors. I come off as an asshole because this is my time to prepare.
Oh my God. It's like, you know what? I say this all the time about comedy. Fans, I have so many fans, but fans before, and this does happen. Fans before, I want to sit in the parking lot and crouch down in the corner, smoke 6 cigarettes and think about what I'm going to say. Do not talk to me before. After, I'll buy you 80 drinks. Like afterward, but before,
once your energy
I'm like,
is gone. Yeah.
Right, because your energy is completely gone. Before, I'm like, God, and I'm too nice to say no, but I'm like, God, why don't they understand that? Like, I don't, or even other comics. I'm like, God, why are we chit-chatting so much? Like, and it's not to be rude. You're just trying to get in the zone, you know? Right. So I totally get
hopefully
that.
Again, you'll never get to this place, but you always want to get to a place where it's like second nature.
Yeah. Right.
But
in your act, right, your stand-up act, definitely. Like, I know what I'm going to say. Like, you know, this is let's not test anything here. This is a big gig. Like, let's not, you know, do whatever. But still, you just need that kind of like minute or an audition. That's the worst thing. Like, it's like how kids sometimes aren't like great. You could be incredibly intelligent, but you're not good at taking a test. Auditioning is a whole nother fucking mind fuck. You could be the best actor in the world, but like,
why you train?
Yeah.
Why you train? You got to continue training. No matter if you are the biggest comedian right now, you got to constantly train. Whether you're the biggest actor, you got to constantly train.
Auditioning is a whole nother skill. But
remember, those are your 5 minutes, Keanu. It's not theirs. You are not there to please them.
Mm-hmm.
You are there to please yourself and make yourself laugh. So as long as the jokes hit with you,
right,
it doesn't matter what they think. Because
if you're having fun, I know I can go on stage and kill. It's not that and when you bomb, it sometimes be even funnier. But hopefully, if somebody's paying you, that doesn't happen. But you know, with stand up, it's like you never really know. But typically, just an audition, that's something that is, man, you lived that life, and that is a fucking really difficult thing to do. Wow.
It's different nowadays. We have to do it from our home.
Right.
Because they don't allow people to go into offices anymore because Hollywood saves money now. So the casting directors would always plan a day for all the actors to come in with the associate. Then they'd whittle it down from like 50 actors to maybe 10 or 5. Then they would introduce those 5 actors to the producer and the director and the writer. Then those 5 would be whittled down to their top favorite and they'd get the job. But nowadays, they take 300 submissions now because everybody does it at their home and they don't have to get people on the lot. They don't have to drive to the studio. Right. They don't have to get the overhead of renting a building for the day. So now casting directors do it from their home or their home office, and they get 300 submissions. And now I used to be competing with maybe 50. Yeah. Now I'm competing with 300, but not 300 from everywhere. LA, 300, another 300 from New York, maybe another.
Do you think, everywhere. So I was thinking, because I do miss acting. Do you think I should re-up my backstage? That sounds like a different form of OnlyFans, actually.
I remember the publication Backstage that helps actors out a lot.
Or like Actors Access. Like, I mean, even if I wanted to.
That's the problem, though. We all have to pay now to be an actor. We have to pay now. We have to get in publications. We got to buy applications. We got to get a membership with Actors Access, breakdown services.
Yeah.
Fuck you.
It's true. So how much of it do you truly think is it who you know? Or is it like just raw talent, or like, these websites that put you to the casting directors, because since everything is self-taped, I mean, what's your take on that?
I mean, now these casting directors, now they do showcases, but you got to pay $100 to go to their showcase. So then you get
what the fuck is that?
But that's how it works, because casting directors, they don't even have their own union. They barely got one called the CDA, the Casting Directors Association, and they don't always have jobs. There's like 10 top casting directors, and all the rest are just like actors. We're looking for our next job. So they all got to make their money where they can. But the best thing you can do as an actor, and I'm talking to myself right now, Michael, are you listening to yourself? I am. I am. We need to get out there. You need to go to acting classes. You need to do theater. You need to go on comedy stages. You need to just get out there. Then maybe that night, a casting director that remembered me pulled up to that comedy show or to that local theater or whatever. And she's like, oh my God, he's still acting? Hey, let me get a hold of him.
I remember him.
A couple of days later, hey, I got this part in this movie. Let me bring Michael in, or let me get an audition tape at home.
It's true. Everything I've ever gotten is because somebody saw me, every other comedy show or whatever. It's like, I think she'd be great to open for this person, or, I mean, that's how it works. So these casting directors go to these acting showcases. You have to pay $100. Do they ever find anyone, or do they just put them, or is it all just a money?
They do. I've known a lot of like lower, I hate the word lower actor, but like actors that are trying to make it into the business. They shell out a lot of money. Oh, I got to pay for pictures, acting classes. And then they go to these showcases. And then every once in a while, I got an agent.
Yeah.
Oh my God, I got an agent. I met this lady at a showcase the other night, and she saw my talents. And now I got an agent. And then they do get work. But it's still like 2%, 3%, like it's really.
I mean, right. It's a moneymaker. It's a moneymaker. They may find somebody, but at the end of the day, it's like, oh, well, we made, $100 off of 300 people. So whatever.
And
Chris
the
Thompson.
The industry has changed though. Now they hire locally. Like now they're filming in Texas, Atlanta. It's not only LA and New York. So as an actor, I can possibly move somewhere else and actually get more work than living in LA.
Thank you for reminding me of that. That's what I was going to ask you. What keeps you in LA? If like everything's self-taped, you're already an established actor, and now podcaster, right? You're a part of the Butt Rug Babies. You're a part of the Keanu Cast gang, right? So, and you have your own podcasts and live streams. Why stay there?
Exactly. I want to be out of California by this time next year.
Before it all burns down again, at least.
I just hate this town. There's homeless everywhere. I walk out of my streets. I'm afraid for my life.
It's so bad. Where would you go? Because you could build yourself you could build yourself a studio. Everyone, but scrolling at the bottom of the screen, by the way, this is where you can subscribe to his YouTube channel and watch his shows. And
I live in New York. I can't imagine your rent over there. My goodness.
Yeah. I
mean, you don't have to talk about it. Personal business. I talk about it on
my
show.
I think California is pretty like kind of the same, right?
I'm paying $1,200 and now $35 for a 400 square foot apartment with no kitchen.
Oh yeah, see,
close to
it's like why do we live in this misery? I don't know. Like, I love New York. I love Manhattan. I wouldn't want to live like really in the tri-state area, but
I could get the same 450 square foot apartment with a kitchen for $500-$600 anywhere else. And I would save $700. I could buy a car. I could rent a car every month with that extra money.
Yeah. No, it's a mind fuck. It's a mind fuck.
To be here.
Yeah, so I definitely think you should consider. And
I'm moving in, Keanu. You're gonna have a third roommate.
Yes, come on in. You can live with me and Gino and the devil cat,
I'm
Petunia.
gonna move in with Michaelene. She got like that awesome like art decor type place.
Oh my God, Michaelene, please. Oh my God, let's do a road trip. We'll visit Michaelene. You can stay there forever.
Would you ever consider living with Michaelene, like to save money or funds?
Me and my husband, Gino.
No, I mean, they live in New York. I live in South Carolina. It's just really.
I love South Carolina, but
I don't like South Carolina.
I still enjoy doing clubs here.
I just feel like I need to be in a hipper place than South Carolina.
Yeah, but yeah, you're right, man. I mean, it's fucking expensive to live here. It's fucking expensive.
That's what I meant. Like, I don't know your all finances, but like New York is like, we're entertainers. We have to live the minimalistic lifestyle because we're not all making millions upon millions of dollars. So we have to suit our life for that direction.
Michael, I don't have an OnlyFans anymore. So honestly, I am a starving artist. I'm scraping by.
I'll be your first subscriber. Let's go.
You know who was one of my first subscribers? My husband. Exactly.
Oh, I thought you were going to say Michaelene. I was going to be like, wow, don't even say that.
Nope.
We already got a unique relationship where they're talking sexual positions with each other.
Oh, wait till our next episode of Keanu. Wait till she tells you.
We talk about everything. We're just cool.
I know, but when you haven't been around that, to me, it's a little bit risque. And it's like, I couldn't picture myself talking to my dad about my sexual, whatever positions. It's just something that it doesn't feel correct.
I know what? It's so funny. No, maybe not. I'm like best friend. People think like, oh my gosh, like people have accused me, online. They're like, Keanu must hate her dad or whatever. I'm like, me and my dad are best friends too. I'll talk about sex with my dad, even not with him, but like
no, I know, but
people, yeah.
I mean, we're just open shit in her first opening of. Okay.
Like my first stand-up set.
Your first 5 or 10 minutes. I mean, it's about her dad, and both things are sexual. Not in a weird
because we're just an open family. Yeah.
We're just an open family. We're just not
I don't know if that word means what you thought it meant nowadays. Open family.
An open family.
No, I mean we're just
I know, but there's so much porn nowadays that
I know it's not like that.
Right.
I know
there's
it's not.
many
I know.
to be made.
It's scary to think about. My goodness.
I know.
There's many a joke to be made. No,
we're all funny and all different and all goofy.
But that's where the truest comedy comes from, Keanu. Is from your life, your truth, your family, those experiences. Right. That is what I love from comedians. I'll be honest with you. I started watching Def Comedy Jam again recently just to watch the comics because I'm thinking about trying to do something very, very soon.
You should.
And I don't respect the comic show that I watched. I don't
like
respect
I said about earlier on part 1, which will be back up on YouTube after this. Like we were talking about earlier, the nice thing about comedy is there is always some open mic you can go to and practice,
Oh yeah.
With acting, it's like there's nowhere to do your, but like I don't really do that anymore, but you're funny, you're interesting, you've led a life. Just start writing about your life in acting. I know all of these famous people. I'm not
a good writer though.
And Leo and like
I'm not a good writer.
After you put it down on paper, somebody could organize it for you, and maybe you could eventually publish that, and people
it could be like a solo
buy
show.
That and want to read about that. Don't think about yourself as don't say I'm not a good writer. Say I can be a good writer if I try.
Right. And most of the comedian
Michaelene has been through some therapy. You know the perfect words to teach people. Michael, if you think this way, you will be that way. Michael, if you remove the negative words and add positive words, guess what?
Don't say
You're going to be positive.
Say I can.
Yes.
All right. I'll do a joke, Keanu. I'll do a story. That's how my jokes are. They're not jokes. They're like stories.
Stories are good. And
that's
they're
how mine are
mostly-
too. And you know what else with comedy? You can never steal a joke or an idea or have parallel thought if you're talking about your own life experience.
Correct. Your own experience.
So yeah, that's all my comedy is, right? So, and then you find the jokes within this ridiculous story, and then there you go. You have a set, right? It's not for everybody, but the more you say it on a stage or whatever, and then, you know, sometimes you write on stage and then you're like, something comes to your brain and then that's a tag. So you 100%, you don't need to sit there and be like, here is what I will say. Like, these are my lines. You go up there and you feel it. So, all right, here, tell me your joke. We wait.
No, I appreciate that. Like I said,
I want to know. Let's
starting to dabble in it because I need to do something for my life. I don't care if I get popular or not. I've always wanted to do comedy and I need to do it more. I've done 3 stand-up sets in my life that I remember.
Yeah. But you
now
were going to tell us. You were going to tell us.
Yeah. I'll tell you a story. Okay, I'll pretend I'm on stage.
Okay, good.
So this is what happened to me the other day. I went over to my girlfriend's house. The door was locked. She wasn't answering. So I started calling her on the phone. She wasn't answering. She wasn't reciprocating to me. Then finally, I start throwing rocks at her window like Romeo and Juliet, trying to get her out of the house because I'm in love. Then she comes out the door and she says, "Get the hell away from me. Stay away. Stop calling me. Stop texting me. Stop phoning me. Stop being my effing stalker."
Oh.
Well, I'm not a stalker. I'm a murderer. There's a difference.
I swear to God. Okay. I had the.
That's funny.
And you know, because you're an actor, look, it had a setup. It's there in the middle, and then you had a punchline. Are you kidding?
I thought that I was not expecting that at all.
It's called.
How dare she call me a stalker? I'm a murderer.
Murderer. For Christ's sake, you don't get no respect.
But the funny part is, people are like, "But you called her your girlfriend." That's the joke.
It's called.
I'm so psychotic. I'm calling her my.
Some people have no sense of humor. That's the problem. Okay,
Mike,
but that's not your problem.
Mike, you did a classic misdirection. We were all waiting for it. We're like, "Where's this going to go? Where's this going to go? Where's this going to go?" And then you misdirected us, and that's what the laugh came in. Look at you!
Oh my God!
Fuck yeah! Keep writing. I mean, keep writing. Are you kidding? I would watch that for an hour at least. Keep doing it.
I ate a Snickers bar in one of my first performances. Like, I literally went on stage, right? So I grabbed the mic. They're like, "Please welcome Michael Bauer, star of this or that or whatever, Wonder Years." And I get on stage. And then, I go to the mic, adjust it. Then all of a sudden I pull out a Snickers bar. But I pull out a chair and I go. And then I sit down in the chair. Then I start unwrapping the Snickers bar. Now the audience is like, "Are you going to tell any jokes?" So then I get up, adjust the mic again.
See, you were, yes. And
then the light came on. Now the audience is like, they're starting to laugh. I guess they're like watching fat guys eat food. But the light came on after like 4.5 minutes or whatever to wrap it up. And I go, and now I'm done eating the Snickers bar. And I go, next week, king size.
See? So you had to say nothing. I get it. Right. It's like, what are we watching? He has 5 minutes up here. Okay, what's going on? Now he's just enjoying his Snickers bar. And obviously, it's a sight gag. You're like, I look.
And it's something you're going to remember and talk about.
I would laugh at that. I like it. I think you should incorporate it into your act.
And the next week, if I have king size that's bigger than the regular size,
that's the punchline.
They're going to see a fat guy eat more food.
I love it. See, you have obviously from the films you've been in and everything, you have comedic sensibilities.
Yeah, I like Andy Kaufman type humor. I like Andy Kaufman, but Andy Kaufman would go on stage And first, you got to realize who you are on stage before you can actually perform or write an act. That's my opinion. Because I actually wrote down, an entire set one time.
Right.
And I was so dang nervous. I didn't know what was going to hit. And I was thinking, is the audience going to like it? Is this an audience that will appreciate those type of jokes? And I was too in my head. So I realized after I did that, I go, Mike, you can write later. Now get comfortable standing in front of an audience and just improv and talk or do whatever the hell you want to do, like Andy Kaufman did. And then you'll find out who you are. Then your jokes will come from who you are.
Do you know who's an actor? And this isn't like Andy Kaufman, but somehow it reminds me sort of like I've been unabashedly like in love with Zach Galifianakis for my entire life. Between Two Ferns, he sits in the weird silence of it. And I know it's all like staged and acted, but there's this weirdness and this hilarity of like people not knowing what the fuck is going on. I totally understand that. It's like the more bizarre, the better. I love the fucking Snickers bar and saying nothing until people eventually start giggling. And then your one punchline is, well, next week I'll bring a king size. Right. But
that's
it's
funny.
Like, I think that's like,
that's funny.
Like, making people sit in the uncomfortability of it. But even just a fucking like, I'm not a stalker, I'm a murderer joke. Come on. Incredible.
I'm sorry. I think that's
after I did the Snickers bar one, what was her name? Oh, Mitzi Shore.
Sure.
She invited me back. She goes, do you think you can come back another time so you can learn who you are? Yeah.
You should have. Oh my God. Go there again. Try it again.
I get so afraid sometimes. I was nervous before even coming on this podcast. My heart was racing.
I'm so glad you did though. I was like, I gate kept it from the audience. I said, we got a big guest on Wednesday. We have a big guest. I'm very excited. But I was nervous that maybe you would be nervous, not because of us, just because, I don't know. I didn't want to, I know that a lot of people are trying to get you right now. And like, but I really am thankful that you came here first. So, and also, so you're ours first, and anybody else, you're an original Butt Rug Baby. You're a Keanu cast member. You can come here anytime, and that's because we just like fun, like you, and love.
No, again, I loved all your personalities, and if I was gonna dabble in the Dabbleverse, I want to surround myself with the people that haven't lost their heart yet officially.
Right.
No.
Right. Look, and we had to stop the first part, and I will post it again.
Yeah, they're still trying to do it again. They're putting comments in your thing. Don't show it. They're doing
Araya blocked them, and you know what? That's diabolical. I never saw that before, where it's hidden so that So we'll explain that later. Speaking of the comments, let's read a couple of these. Chris Thompson, that's funny. Love Connection guy had a guy named Robert F. Slur. I remember that. I've seen a clip of that. Robert, that's an odd name. Yes.
Love Connection. No, that was the dating game.
Or the dating game. Yes. But there was a guy that had a very odd last name, Robert.
Daggett, right? Yeah.
Yes. Right.
Yes, exactly. that was the dating game, I think.
The dating game, maybe.
I don't say that word, but yeah, his last name was that name. Was that
what
word.
An unfortunate last name. Yes.
I mean, it might have been a different one too, but it was
see the names of the people. Look at it. It's just like
we like Dick Fitzwell, but that if it's not his real name, but if it were, that would be an unfortunate name. Dick Fitzwell, thank you for the $4.99. Michaelene, you were great on MLC, and Michael F. Oh, fuck pizza loving Melton. Yes, fuck him. Fuck Melton. Yes, exactly. So that's nice. He is.
I talked about it on a podcast recently, so I don't mind talking about it now. But like somebody from that world, and I don't know if it's that person we just mentioned, but I got emails of really bad stuff. and it scared the living crap out of me.
Listen, Michael, I bet you it is. I don't fuck over around with that. Like he's not a good dude. Yeah. So
one of those people, you know, 'cause they got my email address from my YouTube, but like,
who are you talking about?
The Fat Onion.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought
it could be anybody else, but around
I
that
thought
time,
maybe he was talking about our previous friend who had our phone numbers.
I don't know, but
yeah, no,
I didn't want to open up that email, but it had a name and it said like from Angel Princess. And I actually am friends with this actress girl. She's like a horror movie actress, and she calls herself the Angel Princess. So when I saw the email that said, you know, look at this, Michael, and it said like from an Angel Princess, I was thinking it was her for some reason. And then the picture started to open up, and I was like this. How do I block? How do I get rid of it? Like, what the hell?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And see, it's not because they're fucking stalking you and finding out who your friends could be and making you open that. Yeah, that's what these freaks do.
But what happened the next day was I talked about it on my podcast that night because it scared the living crap out of me. And I said, I have a friend named Angel Princess, is an actress. So I blocked all that email and stuff. But then the next day, it officially said the Angel Princess in another email. So somebody was listening, now trying to pretend that they're my friend with a different email address. Like, these people are just disgusting. And I want to report these people, and I don't know how to do it.
Yeah.
I really don't know how to.
No, this is what happens when a failed comedian just, you know, lasers in on somebody who's had a successful life, and then there are weirdo fans, you know, that have nothing else to do with their lives. That's what they do. They certainly do.
But that's illegal stuff. That's illegal stuff.
Like, certainly, yeah.
Imagine if anything happened and, you know, they look in my email address, if I left it in there or whatever, you know, they're like, why do you got this stuff? I didn't send it to me.
Yeah.
But the scary thing too was Kevin Brennan earlier that day. He, like I said, he sent me money either through PayPal or Venmo, and he asked me for my email address. So then I got that stuff. I'm not associating it with him, but the timing was very scary. So it could have been the Onion people, and I was afraid, is it Kevin Brennan doing this stuff?
No, Kevin wouldn't even be smart enough to do something.
Yeah,
weird
that's what I was thinking.
Yeah.
I was thinking these other people are hackers.
Yeah, right.
These other people are like hackers.
It's the Onion fans for sure, and I know for a fact chickens are going to come home to roost on that cyber hacking stuff with what's going on with the Onions. So anyway, I digress.
Yeah, we don't need to talk about it. But
yeah, no, I won't. But they'll you know,
they'll clip it. Whatever.
Very scary people. These people are. Yeah. Michaelene. We saw that we were great. Larry Jester, thank you for the $5.
Larry's an awesome fan of my channel that I know of.
So Larry, he's
always tuning up.
I did a stand-up set where I tuned my ukulele for 5 minutes. I'd pretend like I was going to sing, but I didn't. Then I was like, sorry, that's my time. See? Very cool.
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah. I love that. It's like can't get it tuned right. Just can't get it tuned right, guys.
It's kind of like Bobby Lee humor too. Like, again, in my opinion, like Bobby Lee is just an energetic fool. You know, he just runs around and says ridiculous stuff and scratches himself, and that's Bobby Lee.
Exactly. So we definitely are for you starting stand-up. You already made us laugh. You've been a favorite here over at Keanu.
It's been great.
We don't even want to end this segment, but I think we've covered it all. I do. So you remember I did set this up, and I do have somebody backstage that, if you're okay with it, Sean from Heavyweights, the actor, he did want to talk to you, if that would be okay.
He's not backstage.
He's here now. He's looking. Is that okay?
If Sean is there, hell yeah, bring on Sean Weiss. Or am I being bombarded with somebody else?
No. He really wanted to talk to you because you stole all of his roles.
Oh, okay. Yeah, now we're
He's
doing
here, ladies and gentlemen. Sean Weiss.
You're gonna show a picture of him.
Hey, Mike.
Hey, Sean, how you been?
Not good.
Yeah, you're not on the heroin again, are you?
No, it was meth. But you stole all those roles from me when we were younger. Yes, I got heavyweights, but you were the more talented actor, and it hurt my feelings.
It's okay, Sean. You're looking good though. You're back on the Mighty Ducks, huh? They allowed you back in.
Yeah, Mighty Ducks was pretty cool, but I really enjoyed you and the Nickelodeon shows, and I always admired your career.
Thank you. I admired yours too. And remember that pilot we did together for your show, all about Weiss?
Yeah, I do remember that. I just want to be your friend again. I wish we could go back to when we were kids competing for roles.
Yeah, well, I'd probably beat you out again.
That's what hurts me. That's why I started doing drugs. But I'm feeling better now.
Oh, God, I hope not.
You're the reason. You're the reason, Michael, why I started doing drugs. Because you got all the roles I wanted. Yes, I was beloved in heavyweights. But you would have won.
You'll always be Goldberg.
Oh, thank you. I had to compare myself to you my whole life. And I am proud to say that people compared us to each other.
Yeah, not anymore. You're skinny.
I am quite skinny now. And when I looked up this picture, I did find pictures of myself right now, and I'm not looking good. But I think I'm feeling better now. Now to talk to you, I feel better.
You're alive, man. You've been through some stuff.
That's right. Don't compare us to each other, anybody. I just want to tell all of the Keanu Cast fans, we're all talented and we all have our own demons. Isn't that right, Mike?
Yeah, and you've never looked better in red lipstick, Sean.
Ooh, thank you so much. It's something I'm trying out.
I've never been attracted to Mighty Ducks, but, I don't know.
Yeah. Follow my OnlyFans. It's called Mighty Duckling.
Mighty Feet.
Mighty Feet. Yes. I show my feet on there as well. We got to do what we got to do. Am I right, Mike?
We got to do what we got to do to make a few bucks.
Thank you so much for talking to me. It's so good to see you, Mike. It's been since childhood, and I want you to know I'm off the meth now, and I look back. I look like this again.
No, I know. I helped you get your teeth.
Yeah, I got my teeth back. That's right. Take it easy. Take it easy, Mike. I love you. I love you so much.
Oh, God, I hope Sean doesn't see that. I swear to God, I hope.
Sorry. I had to do it. I
can't help yourself.
I can't help it.
Oh,
but
can't help yourself.
Oh, Keanu.
I'm just glad you had to talk to her too.
Hey, at least Keanu committed. At least Keanu committed.
She's been committing to that shit for weeks now, okay? And I'm the one who has to talk.
Thank you. Thank you for playing along. It was just a little improv.
That was pretty good. I'm just messing around.
I know it was such a good impression, but that was not the real Sean, you guys. So.
How did you get the special effect on screen with the mouth open on StreamYard? Because I might want to do that on my shows, like of characters. How did you do that technology-wise?
That's what I do all the time. It's a trick of the trade for In Hot Water. We ended up with a lot of the equipment, and which I had to learn. It comes with the TriCaster. Like I could put up anything. I could put up a picture of you and be you. Even
is that the little box where it has a bunch of buttons?
Yes, right. And
I literally talked to a bird last night. Okay,
I made her talk to a bird. Yeah, I do it.
It's very heartwarming, though.
It was a heartwarming bird. Yeah.
Maybe you should do the whole show every once in a while as different characters, Keanu. Just do the whole show.
It was your first time here, so I didn't want to scare you with too many characters.
You did good. You did good, Mike.
I mean, the Dabbleverse has an orange. The Dabbleverse has an orange, a corn, like a pumpkin,
pineapple, I think.
Yeah, an apple, a pineapple.
And you know what? I couldn't tell you how they do that. I have no idea. All I know is this, and I use it more for Gino's show because, right, they've always done that, bringing characters and then my mouth is talking for them. But I thought we'd bring it over here, and I hope
It was
that
like from the Goonies. Remember that scene from the Goonies where he puts his tongue in the portrait or the painting? Come on, Maggie, give me a wet licorice kiss. Give me a wet licorice kiss.
Yes. It's in the light. It's in light of that, right? It's all for
that
good
was awesome.
fun.
That was fun. But like, I love Sean, and I don't know, like, I don't know how he deals with stuff like that, talking about his drug addiction and what he's been through. But
I didn't mean to, and I wouldn't have even known about it other than when I was just looking up photos of him because I knew that you guys were up for a lot of the same roles.
Yeah.
I went, oh my God, I don't think he's having a really good time. But hopefully if he does see this, this will make him laugh. So it's all in good fun.
Well,
you know.
he tried to make, before he officially went down the deep end, he was living down the street from me, and then he was making a web series, like he was trying to produce his own series about like himself, about like an out of work actor trying to make a comeback, doing anything he can for money. And he told me, hey, will you be a part of it? We wrote an episode with you in it, and based off of our competition growing up.
Yeah.
And I'm like, yeah, I'll do it. And then in the episode that we filmed, you know, like, there was all these jokes. He's like, oh, Michael, did you audition for Mighty Ducks? I'm like, I wasn't available that day. If I was, Sean wouldn't have got the fucking job. I let Sean get that job.
You guys should reach out. You should reach out if you haven't. You guys should write something. That's hilarious. Oh.
Yeah, but he's a different person nowadays. You know, he had to go. He lost his father right around that time, and then he ended up getting arrested, getting on TMZ, all that stuff. And we literally saved his life. Me and a couple of friends of mine. We saved his life. We got him out of the rehab. My friend worked at a facility to take him after he got out of jail, to take him into a rehab for like 120 days. And
how long ago was that?
About 3 years ago, maybe 4 years ago.
I bet he's doing better by now.
Oh, he's doing a lot better. His girlfriend is pregnant. He lives, I think, in Atlanta now.
Oh my God, great. I was nervous because I did that on the fly, like right before you came on the first time. And then I'm looking at these articles. I'm like, oh my God, I hope this isn't offensive. I'm sure he's doing better. Let's just go with it. Yeah. Good for him. Good for him. You should reach out. That would be a great comeback for you both. Honestly, you could do a podcast about, like, you know, competition in Hollywood, and like we're both up for the, you know, same roles, and you know, I mean, if he would be into it, that's amazing. Aww.
I just heard from a lot of people, you know, knowing him throughout the years, I just heard that he still holds some of those stories like a negative, you know, like some jobs I took from him. There's this one movie in particular called Sex in the Teenage Mind.
Yeah.
And he I don't know if he held it against me, but he would always bring it up every time I see him. And I'm like, it really affected him. The only reason he would constantly say it or bring it up is because it still affects him. And I'm like, man, it's not a competition. You know what? We're both like just actors, man.
Right.
They thought I was better for the role. It doesn't mean my acting ability. It can mean anything. It could be anything but.
Yeah.
But he holds it. But I know it's a negative. For some reason, it's a negative for him. So that's why I get a little weird when you brought it up. I'm like, ugh. If he's
watching gonna watch it. And I swear to God, maybe I did too much research on you, but I just got that in my brain. I'm like, okay, this guy, they were fighting me. Yes, I did. We do our research around here at Keanu Cast, but like, I'm like listening. I'm like, oh, wouldn't it be funny if I was his childhood, like not childhood, but you know, kind of childhood rival, and being like, all those roles you took from me, it hurts. I don't even know, like. So if you are watching, Sean, it's all in good fun, and we're glad you're doing well.
You messed
Mike
up,
had
Keanu.
nothing to do with it.
You're going to have anxiety about this after the episode. I'm going to make you feel bad about it. You're going to feel so bad. You're going to live it for 4 days. I'm just kidding.
I will.
No. Sean is at a much better place.
Oh my
But
God. Send him the episode. I think he'll like it. He'll laugh. I'm sure he can take
I'll
it.
probably cut it up and send it to him, and I'll be like, "Trust me, I didn't mean anything I said."
He had no part in this. Michael did not know anything that was going on. So I'm sorry for impersonating you. Identity theft is a real problem in this country. So I do apologize for.
Trust me, that picture is owned by Disney.
Yeah, I know.
If you'll get in trouble, it'll be with Disney.
I know. Exactly. Oh my God. This has been.
That was funny.
That was fun. I'm glad. Thank you for playing along. This has been so much fucking fun. I cannot thank you enough, but we should probably wrap this up as if we didn't do one whole show. I will post the part 1 of the episode back ASAP after this one. But let me see if I missed anything here. Oh my gosh, Aaron James, thank you so much. Oh, sweet. Thank you for the $9.99. Mr. Bauer, your authenticity is refreshing. You are talented, have unique experiences and skills to be a great comedian. I hope you will pursue your heart desires. Thank you, ladies, for having him. Aaron, that is such a nice thing to wrap up on. Oh my God.
Look at that picture. I bet you girls are saying hubba hubba.
Oh, he's always in here, and we are, we slide off our chairs every time. Oh my God, it's crazy.
When was the last time you heard that word hubba 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 hubba?
Hubba baba va va boom.
That's like from the 1950s or 60s.
I know. I just heard it on there's a movie that the kid goes hubba hubba.
Hubba hubba.
I'm gonna try.
How about I ask Keanu and Michaelene a couple of questions before we get out of here?
Yes, we'll wrap up with that. Thank you.
All right, so we'll start with Keanu, then Michaelene. What's your favorite movie?
My favorite movie. I can give you top 5.
Okay.
Signs. And these are
Aliens.
all equal. Yes, Aliens. Exactly. Tinfoil Hat. Joaquin Phoenix. Talk about my fucking heartthrob. Why I love him so much. Signs. The Departed.
Leo.
Yeah, Beasts of the Southern Wild. That's sort of a niche one. You might not know that one.
I do. It had that little girl that lived like it in Louisiana.
She lived in the bathtub. Yep. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I loved Beasts of the Southern Wild. What are my other top 2, Michaelene? Beasts of the Southern Wild. The Departed, Signs, Beasts of the Southern Wild.
You gotta have
I
a
normally
comedy.
answer this question easily. Yeah, a comedy. I'm blanking. Other favorite movies. Maybe a horror film. Rosemary's
So guess what,
Baby.
Keanu? If you say you'll give me your top 5 and you give me 3, you're kind of fucking up, Keanu.
I fucked it up. I was nervous being interviewed by you.
To give you. There's so many different genres and so many different movies.
Maybe Rosemary's Baby. And
That's
maybe
why I never give a top 5. If they ask you your favorite movie, there's got to be one, no matter what genre, that you always flock back to.
Signs, The Departed, Beasts of the Southern Wild, Rosemary's Baby, and maybe Black Swan. How about that?
Okay. If there was a movie that would air, if we had regular TV nowadays, and what is one movie that you'll always leave on if you somehow come across it?
Good question. That movie, Wolf of Wall Street, I don't care who you are. If that movie's on, you're leaving it on. It is unequivocally, you can't stop watching it. Great film. That should be in everyone's top 5.
That's with Leo and Ethan. I think Ethan Suplee did that movie too. Boy, he took movie roles from me. You want to talk about an actor that took a lot of roles from me? Ethan Suplee. Oh
Ethan,
my God.
Who did he play in that?
I don't remember that movie too well, but he took the movie with Ashton that I thought I was gonna be in that movie, Butterfly Effect with Ashton Kutcher.
Wow. Okay.
I worked with Ethan in Evolution. He played my fat brother in Evolution, the movie Evolution with David Duchovny.
That was supposed to be my part. I was supposed to be your brother. He took it from me. I'm just kidding.
He did. It's just so weird seeing sexy lips on Sean Weiss. So weird seeing sexy lips on Sean Weiss as
I
Goldberg.
apologize. Go ahead, though. Wait.
But yeah, Ethan Suplee, he took Remember the Titans. It was me and him for Remember the Titans. He was the big fat football player, Remember the Titans, but he took Butterfly Effect from me. And I was going to be in Road Trip. Tom Green took that from me. Oh, God,
There's another one. Yeah. Michaeline, what about your?
Yeah, let's move on to the movies.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be able to pick 5. I just don't think I could. Or I definitely can't pick one.
Behind you, the original Romeo and Juliet.
Of
That
course.
maybe that's one of those.
This is the original Romeo and Juliet poster.
Is that the 1960
the
something version?
1969, the Franco Zeffirelli one. So that's the original poster from one of the movie theaters. My son, it's still got it's got like the creases in it and everything. And I had it. He bought it for me for Christmas it was Franco Zeffirelli with Olivia Hussey and can't remember the guy's name, but it was one of my favorites.
I'm partial to the
updated
Baz
classics.
Luhrmann. Yeah.
But you're partial.
I love
to
Baz.
The
Luhrmann.
Baz
I would
Luhrmann
never
Romeo
be
and
able to
Juliet.
pick movies.
Yeah, with your buddy Leo. That is also another one of my favorite. Wait, now can we ask you? You don't have to give us top 5, but your favorite movie of all time, Michael.
I've said it many times before. It's got to be The Matrix.
That's right. You did tell us that. Well, you're with a Keanu now, and you're always welcome here. So it's the second best thing.
It did something to me when I saw it in 1999. Think about it. When that movie came out in 1999, what is 999 backwards? 666.
There you go. Yeah.
In the movie, have you guys seen The Matrix, Michaeline? Have you seen it?
I
Keanu?
have not.
It's been years, but I've seen it, and she has too.
I did see The Matrix. Leonardo DiCaprio was in that.
No.
No, it's Keanu Reeves.
Oh no, I never saw it.
You got to watch that. If you're into conspiracies, that movie explains the entire world. How they're going to show you a world you never saw.
I'll watch it tomorrow. I will. I'll watch it. But
let's go. Let's have a Michaeline Matrix marathon. Say that 3 times. A Michaeline Matrix marathon.
I will watch it. There's just so many movies out there. I would never be able to choose. I like them all so much.
It's true.
Is a movie an event for you, Michaeline?
It is. It is. And
That's
I will rewatch a movie over and over and over again because I like to get in depth on every single character.
It's true. What's one that we always watch over and over again, Michaeline?
No, Keanu. What do we watch? We watch a million things over and over again.
Do you watch anything online together? Do you guys watch anything online?
I was going to say watch-alongs are so fun, but YouTube, you can't watch them with it's like you have to have everybody here and then we all start at the same time. But Mike, maybe we should do, because I haven't seen The Matrix in years, maybe we'll do in the few next coming weeks on one of our channels, we'll have everybody come in, we'll talk a little bit, and then we all start The Matrix and watch it together and comment.
I would love that.
Yeah.
I would love that.
Cool. Yeah, that would be cool.
I'd probably talk your head off, unfortunately, because I've seen that movie so many times. I'd be like, look over there. Look, this is what they're about to say. Check out that background. Isn't that?
And Rocco, my son Rocco, he says I have a high tolerance for shitty movies. I do.
She loves the movie In Bruges. She loves Colin Farrell.
No, In Bruges is great. I'm a Colin Farrell fan also, not only Keanu Reeves.
I met Colin Farrell.
You did?
On a movie called Tigerland. I auditioned
and he's
with
as
Joel
lovely
Schumacher.
and nice as could be, right?
Well, again, I didn't really meet him. I mean, to know him that well. But there was a movie with Joel Schumacher. And it was being casted by Mally Finn, the casting director of The Matrix. And I got an audition, and I went really far for it. It was a movie about these kids that get kicked out of the military, and then they have to go to this camp. And then Joel Schumacher, the guy that directed Batman, I met Colin Farrell. That was like his first big movie where he became a star. I didn't get the part. The kid from The Sandlot got the part.
Who, me?
There he is. Look at him.
I do remember meeting you, Mike. Hello again, Michaeline.
Isn't it funny? They give actors from other countries English roles more than the English people.
They sure do. Mike, I remember meeting you, and I love that Michaelene loves all me movies.
Have you
So-
talked to Marty McFly? Have you
Oh,
talked to Marty
Marty
McFly recently?
Oh, what in the name of Peter you doing? I have sure haven't.
Oh, I just had me Lucky Charms, me yellow
Oh.
clovers, my purple mushrooms.
Oh, exactly. It's true. Michaelene, I want you to know.
I already
love
talked to you a couple days ago.
Oh, you're breaking me heart, Michaelene. You didn't want me to pop by to see me friend Michael.
Tell her to give you a kiss. Do that like the Goonies.
Give us a kiss, Michaelene. Oh, I'll be thinking about that boy. I'm gonna go kiss the Blarney Stone now. Bye-bye.
So I like different movies. I like my favorite movies, different groups of movies at different times in my life. There was a point where I liked Miami Vice, Legends of the Fall, and a movie called
That was a good movie, Legends of the Fall.
movie called it was Antonio Banderas and Brad Pitt's
Desperado?
ex-wife. No, not Desperado. I like that movie though. No, it was Original Sin. Did you ever see Original Sin? Holy shit!
I never.
Antonio Banderas and Brad Pitt's Angelina Jolie. That's a crazy, wonderful movie. I also like Unfaithful.
God, we
What a
love
great fucking
Unfaithful?
movie. Unfaithful.
That's a
I am a
crazy
Departed
movie.
fan. I love The Departed. There's just so many different movies and different genres. I can't say one that I love the most. I cannot.
Legend of Billie Jean. Any of you guys watch that 80s classic?
What is it called?
The Legend of Billie Jean.
No.
No.
That's a good popcorn 80s flick.
I love it. So,
And
okay, so pick one other favorite movie, Michael, other than The Matrix. If you had, I won't make you name top 5, but just one more.
it's definitely Goonies. I mean, Goonies, Wayne's World is up there too. I could recite almost any line from the Goonies or Wayne's World.
Yeah. You know what one that I never put in my top 5 is that I know I know every single line from the fucking Titanic. If I watch I know it. I know
you can't stop watching it. If
forward.
you turn it on, you can't stop watching it.
I changed my answer from Wolf of Wall Street to Titanic. If that movie is on, you are watching it and you can't help yourself.
It's because of Leo. That's why.
Oh, so look how many and What's Eating Gilbert Grape?
It's a
look at that. Look how many
great movie.
Your buddy, your classmate.
Leo was the first person to teach me that you could masturbate with a pager.
What?
Yeah, because we had pagers back in the days before the pagers with the numbers. It would give you one beep or two beeps, and it would go beep. That would be your father or your family. Two beeps would be your agent, like beep beep, and then it would have a vibrate function, so you wouldn't hear the beeps. It would just vibrate. And then we're in acting class, and Leo's like, "Hey, I got my pager. Check it out. It's got a vibrating function." He's like, "Put it down your pants," and he goes, "Just let it on, let it go." He goes, "You'll love it." I'm like, lot of stories with Leo.
Okay. You heard it here first, ladies and gentlemen.
That's
Leonardo
right.
DiCaprio. Oh my God, he's that little devil. He's always been a sexual being.
He's involved in that Diddy stuff. He's involved with all the partying, with the Diddy stuff, and a lot of stuff like that. And then in that movie, Don's Plum, they were partying while they were filming it. And apparently, when the lawsuit came out, again, try to watch the documentaries or interviews with the director of how Leo and Toby got that movie shut down. But apparently,
it's called, what was it again? Don's Plum.
Don's Plum.
Is the movie, and then there's a documentary about it. Okay.
Yeah, I'll send everything to you when I get a chance on Instagram or whatever.
Please do.
But it's just scary because there's also, apparently they were filming videos back in the days of girls and some major actresses. They were filming them doing things in the apartment with a bunch of different people.
Oh my God.
You know, I know
almost like a weird, like, I'll hold this over your head thing, you know?
Again, that power struggle started. And then Did you watch the documentary called Quiet on the Set about the Nickelodeon stuff that went on?
We didn't get to that enough, but yes, I did. And there is so much to unpack there. One question, and I don't want to hold up your night any longer than this.
Good,
but
I'm good.
One question, and if we need to unpack more, then we would love to have you back. But you are from Nickelodeon, so yes, of course, I watched Quiet on the Set. And it's disturbing.
It disturbed me.
Did you ever feel anything like that, like was going on? Did you know it was going on? Did anything happen to you in that light?
No. Well, for anybody that's still listening or watching, go to my channel, become a member. I made 2 or 3 videos where I tell the entire story and my interactions with some of the people that were mentioned in the documentary. Mm-hmm. And I was around. Nothing like that happened on our show specifically. Right. We were a couple of years before those people. Mm-hmm. But I did have a Nickelodeon executive that came from New York to oversee our production that befriended himself with me and my best friend at the time. And he took us to Disneyland, Universal Studios, and he invited us to watch movies in his hotel because yes, I said this in my story. And
by the way, guys, it's scrolling at the bottom of the screen. Subscribe here to Mike Bauer so you can see this. And we definitely, So hotel room,
happened, but they would have, because they had movies. I don't know if you remember this, but once movies were out of theaters, they would sometimes go on the planes, or they would go to hotels and stuff like that before they're officially on VHS. So,
it's like in a hotel, right? You get the movie before it's like out to the public,
like a month or 2 before it's officially on VHS
or on an airplane. Yeah.
Right. So this person, this executive was befriending us. We were having a good time, but we started to get wind that it wasn't the right procedure. So I tell that all in my story. And then he got fired the next day after I told our boss that this person invited us to a hotel and all that other stuff. And they handled their business. But one of the PDF files officially that was charged with all that stuff, I did an entire movie with him. He was my director.
Holy fuck.
His name was Brian Peck. He's the guy that abused Drake Bell.
The pickle guy. Yes.
Correct.
The fucking pickle guy. That's the most disturbing fucking thing ever. My God, we could go on and on about this,
pickle
but apparently you talk about this on your channel.
Watch my movie with him. You're going to see some insane shit in the movie. It's called The Willies.
I do hope you will come back sooner rather than later. I'm going to message you, like, maybe we could make this like a regular thing, even if we just do a watch along. But yes, there's so much to dive into with the Nickelodeon stuff. But I'm excited to watch it on your channel. Again, it's scrolling at the bottom of the screen. If you don't subscribe, there will be hell to pay. Subscribe now. How dare you if you don't subscribe?
I mean, I'll gladly come back if I ever have the health and I'm feeling good, because sometimes I have lows, Keanu. I have lows.
I hear you.
I disappear and
you're talking to us. I have anxiety, depression. Michaelene's depressed, on and off. We get the same way. So we totally understand. And I need to commend you for the life that you've led, and you bring so many people so much joy. This has been so much fun. Don't sell yourself short. I hope you don't.
I mean, my gosh, we've talked for hours. It's been fantastic.
We could continue on and on, but we cannot we don't want to hijack your evening. And
like I said, one night I'll have Michaelene on, maybe a conspiracy podcast. I'll have Keanu on my podcast, and
I would love to.
We built friendships today. That's what we did.
Wonderful. Yeah.
You are so easy to talk to. This is so much fucking fun. I hate that fucking an idiot ruined the first half of it.
No, he didn't ruin it. Who cares?
Yeah, but the problem is when you do a part 2, not everybody watches part 2.
That was perfect.
But part 1 will be up right after this. And everyone, again, subscribe to Michael here. Please come back anytime. Even if you're just like, hey, Kiki, you going live tonight? You know what? I'm feeling myself. I'm bored. Come on over here. Or if you're like, you know what? I feel like doing a show. I'm more than willing. Michaelene as well. We'll pop on your shows anytime. And please, please, please come on.
I don't have Kiki bucks though. I'm sorry. I can't pay you in Kiki bucks. I got $1 million now. I got $1 million now.
You have listen, I'm gonna do something radical, okay? I don't normally do this.
You're gonna give me another $1 million Kiki bucks. Let's do it. I'll take it.
Michael, for you, just so you have all of the Kiki bucks in the world that you deserve. I'm gonna go ahead and do 4 million Kiki bucks for you, Michael. Thank you so much.
Now.
Yeah. You're welcome.
Million.
And 85
Kiki.
Yay! And 85 Kiki coins for everybody that came over to part 2 and stuck with us.
Wow.
And a Kiki tax for all of the trolls. A tax upon your houses.
How dare you?
Yuli,
upon your houses. That's Romeo and Juliet. That's such a
exactly.
That is.
We'll make worms meet of you. Exactly.
That's right.
So,
That's right.
So congratulations, ladies and gentlemen. What a great episode. Thank you, Mickey Bitsko. He needs a Kiki bond. You're right, Courtney. How could I forget? Thank you, Courtney. Oh,
Courtney's a hottie. Is she single? I saw her on your shows. What's up, Courtney? How you doing?
Yes, Courtney. Isn't she
got
gorgeous?
a cute little puppy that was hanging out with her.
I know, and it floats. Oh my gosh, go on Courtney's show as well. She would love to have you.
She has a show too?
Yes, Courtney Brooks.
I unfortunately haven't dabbled that far beyond, but my apologies.
Oh, she does not fuck with anybody in that like weird universe at all. But also, Michael, here's 12 Kiki bonds. I don't do this lightly, so here you go.
Oh my God.
I forget to give those out, but now you have 12 of them. So you are officially the richest man in the Kiki Cast universe. And this has been so enlightening and so much fun. We could talk for hours.
Are you and Michaelene going to stay on longer?
Oh no, we're done.
You're 3 hours ahead. It's like 11:15 for me.
And also, I want
3 hours ahead. We are. Like, oh my gosh!
Right now it's 2:12 here, but also we want you to. I think you should do your wrap-up show. You got to do your wrap-up.
Definitely.
Yeah, you have it all queued up. You got to do it.
Oh, watch. It's too late. It's too late. I want to make my turkey. I want to make my turkey tacos. I want to make my turkey tacos. I want to put on some YouTube or some TV shows
and just chill. And just chill. I love that.
Well, no,
I'll do my show tomorrow. I'll do my post Keanu cast orgasm show.
What time will you do
I don't know. Whenever I wake up.
Okay.
We will be tuning
into it.
Yeah.
It'll probably be around 4 or 5 o'clock in the afternoon, which is 7 or 8 your time. But that's when Keanu goes on. So
tomorrow. What do we?
Well, that's 5, 6, 7. Tomorrow's Thursday. So.
Sometimes we have competing shows. Unfortunately,
no. But I would be doing 10 p.m. Maybe 10, 9, 8, 7. Yeah, but also it doesn't matter. And this has been a treasure trove of content. So do not worry about me.
Are you going to be up all night clipping it?
I'm at least going to get that first part of the episode back up. And this has been, I swear to God, this has been so much fun. You are the easiest.
Remember the fighting you had with the Clippers and that whole world. And I think the best advice is, look, they're going to do what they're going to do, but try to clip your own stuff. That way you at least got your own stuff clipped,
Right. It's that was a wild moment in life, wasn't it?
I just saw that little Lemmy yelling at you so much. She's really cool with me on Twitter and X, but I didn't like to see people fight when I think they're both possibly really good people.
She's actually, her and I, well, I mean, she's actually been pretty nice to me lately, and I forgive and forget, and I will talk to her every now and again. But
Keanu never burns her bridges. Keanu loves everybody,
yeah.
even though when they say shit to her, or they're mean to her. And I
know,
commend
right.
Keanu for not burning her bridges, but some of these people need to have their bridges burned.
Sometimes sometimes you have to put people in their place. I try not to, but also I don't like to burn bridges. And
but that's you see, Keanu will never say anything mean. She just always sees the best in people. You know what? I don't.
But I have seen Keanu get affected by some of their really painful words. I have seen you, and I was like, "Get out of there, Keanu!" Like,
right?
This is not the thing that you. But you're so nice. You stay there and you let them continue. Hey,
he does.
I
guys,
know.
I'm
my
sorry.
Fucking soul to things because
my
I'm
heart
an
is hurting
authentic
right now.
person.
I gotta get going. My heart is hurting. I'm starting to weld up in tears, and now, no. But
right.
I know you guys have beautiful hearts, and there's a lot of good people in the Dabbleverse, and at their core birth, they were born as good people until they were taken over.
The thing
but
is,
it's still there somewhere.
Yeah.
So hopefully, me, you, Keanu, Michaelene, we can share our heart, and then maybe some of these people will go, "They're not so bad. I actually had a good time."
I really believe they think that deep down inside that we're not so bad.
The thing is, they know that we're not. We're authentic people. So yes, if I well up in tears sometimes, at least I was authentic. People on the internet take things too seriously, and that's
no crying in podcast.
Yeah. What?
There's no crying on podcast.
At Kiki Cast, we cry if we need to. We laugh when we want to and need to. And we have Michael Ray Bauer on every single.
Somebody wrote earlier, anxiety is gay. I'm like, it's a real thing. I didn't believe it when I was younger either, until all of a sudden, woo! What the hell is this?
It's just a human emotion. It's nothing to be like fucking freaked out about. So
I know, but sometimes people they think you have control over everything, and it doesn't really happen. Like, I never thought panic attacks were real till I had one.
No,
I never thought they were real growing up. My brother would have them, and I'd be like,
what
and
the
then
fuck
all of
is
a sudden, I'm sweating. My heart is racing. I got to get out of here. What are you having? You're having a panic attack.
I can't tell you how many times I've ended up in the hospital because I thought I was having a heart attack and it was just a panic attack. Right.
It turned out to be gash. I literally was in the hospital when what's his name had a heart attack. What's the actor from The Price is Right? Or the host of Price is Right? Drew Carey.
Bob Barker.
Drew Carey. Drew Carey is the new host.
Yeah.
Oh, Drew Carey. Is he still around, Drew Carey?
Yeah, I was in the hospital in Burbank. I thought I was having a heart attack. My chest and everything was beating. And then I went into the hospital, and next thing you know, Drew Carey is being wheeled in, and he literally had a heart attack. And he's in the next door room. And I'm like sitting next to Drew Carey, like with that little thing covering us. They had like a little
curtain.
Yeah, and I'm like, that's fucking Drew Carey. But they're working on him. They're checking on him. I'm like, oh shit.
Drew, how you doing? Like, The Price is Right, Drew, right?
The price is wrong, Drew.
Price is wrong, exactly. How much for a new ticker? Right.
They told me it was gas, and they're like, Michael, you just had some horrendous gas. And I'm like, wow.
Yep.
I never knew that felt like a heart attack.
It's called the practice of medicine for a reason. They're just practicing on us, so.
All right, get out of here.
We're all out of here. This was so much fun. I'm posting part 1 back as soon as we leave here. Everyone, if you are not subscribed to Michael, get subscribed. This has been so much fun. Michael Ray Bauer, I cannot thank you enough. Michaelene, as always, you are lovely. We solved the world's problems tonight.
Yes, this is perfect.
Michaelene, Michael, and Kiki out, ladies and gentlemen. You guys are the eels, hips, the cat's pajamas, and
the bee's knees. Thank you for joining us. We love you all. Bye. Bye, Michael.